The machines can't compute the turns in the market. And so I always believe the mind is the best weapon. So I was kind of thinking about technology, how we become so dependent on it, how our kids are immersed in it, how we think maybe this is going to solve the world's problems. And I don't know, man. I love movies. I think art imitates life, and even in the most maybe cartoonish movies, there's usually a message. So I was thinking of this scene last night, and I'll just share it with you. And it's from an old movie, Rambo. I don't know if you guys remember this.
Rambo, you can feel totally safe because we have the most advanced weapons in the world available to us.
I've always believed that the mind is the best weapon.
Times change.
For some people.
I don't know if you guys could hear it properly, but he basically was confronted with all this technology that was going to help him in the battlefield. In his response, I've always believed that the mind is the best weapon. And I think we've gotten away from that. We've become so reliant. So that's just philosophically, if we look at what Putin's been saying since 2000, since 1990, he was really irritated how the West treated Russia after Russia fell. And, it was kind of like a thumb in his eye. And he's had a chip on his shoulder for a long time. And from 2010, if we listen to him, he's always been railing against the West, railing against NATO. And, the tea leaves were there. But, again, I think we become so reliant on all of these fancy gadgets and what have you. And, even in trading, I think you got a lot of systems out there that are selling you these, whatever advisors that can, plug into your MTV, your MT4 platforms and trade away. And to my mind, it's, your mind, the human mind. The machines can't compute the turns in the market. And so I always believe the mind is the best weapon, like Rambo. So there you have it. Little entertainment for the day. I was looking at some stocks last night. I was looking at Home Depot and Deere. So that's the weekly reversal in Deere. And, here's kind of the daily. And so you have this kind of like Octa, where there was a bear pattern all the way back here. Then we came and it looks like we've made another bear pattern here. And then you have a very sizable key reversal. So whenever I think I see a pattern, then I look for the price action within the pattern to see if, there's something to that. And when you have a reversal of that magnitude, often these guys are actually pointing in the direction that the market is going to take. So now you have this perspective, double top looming here. And then, yesterday you had this inside bar where literally the trading range yesterday was within the trading range of the day before. So I call this an inside bar. And I just look at these inside bars as, coils of energy. So it's kind of gone down. And now it's just kind of building and storing energy in order to, make the next move, lower. I'm surmising lower by virtue of the patterns in the price action. So the more it builds and stores and coils in this area, the more it's likely to kind of uncork to the downside. So, I would kind of put a sell stop. I think Deere is going to open through the lows. And so I hate that. I usually like when something opens higher. So Deere looks like it's going to trade 364 to 368. So, within this range somewhere. So, I would look to try and, maybe sell Deere somewhere around unchanged.
What kind of price action would you be looking for to not get into Deere today then?
So again, I don't like when something, just opens lower. I don't like chasing these things, goes lower, then it starts coming back up, and then, the whole thing is changed. So I always look at how the market enters, based on what I'm looking at. So if I'm looking at shorting this thing, I would love it to, open up here. and then die. But certainly, open here and go like that. So, versus kind of opening here and going like that. So, if it opens down here, I would, try and wait for it to get to unchanged somewhere in here, 368, and, start poking around. But, I think you can play around with, getting a position on from 365 to 368, take a very small position, 365, and then I would look at just ratcheting it up and taking, getting on a whatever position size you want in increments, Now, this is still a bit speculative. I mean, we're still kind of at the start and what have you, but I just get the feeling that this thing, is what it looks like, and that, this is going to, might need to build some space here. So I want to, just give it some time, and I guess you might, if you miss it, you miss it, but, maybe try and get it back to unchanged around the 368 area. But I'm just looking at it. I mean, there's a shoulder here. You may have to put some symmetry over here. It may have to kind of get back into here. So I'm just kind of looking at this as something that's, percolating in my mind. I don't have a position right now. I'm going to watch it and, see what happens.
You can see, 45 is 1.3 million.
$1.3 million short.
So pop out a profit for 118,000 there.
So you can see how this is going crazy now. You can see how the market just going nuts.
I bet like $1.6 million on this position. I'm showing right now $23,000 gain.